Chapter 20. By Naruto, everyone shouted, leaving Naruto and Hinata kissing in front of the house. Naruto used one hand to wave in their direction. "Have fun, Hinata," Sakura shouted. Hinata broke the kiss and blushed. Naruto blushed, remembering the earlier comment. "Well, let's go inside," Naruto said, reaching for the key in his pocket. Naruto found the key as they walked across the many-colored rocks. Hinata stopped and looked to her left. Naruto continued walking before stopping, realizing she wasn't next to him. He turned to see Hinata with her head tilted to the side a little. "Hinata? What's wrong?" Naruto asked, concerned something had happened. "I was just thinking, we should put like a little pond and waterfall right there," Hinata said, pointing to the middle of the lawn in front of the house. "It would look nice," Hinata said, smiling. "Yeah, I think it would. We can do that," Naruto said in a sigh of relief. She ran back to his side. She gave him a quick kiss before he opened the door. Hinata was about to walk in, but she was quickly swept into the air. She was in Naruto's arms. She wrapped her arms around his neck. He smiled and kissed her. He carried her into the house and flew past the living room and right into their bedroom. He slowly lowered the angel in his arms down onto the middle of the bed. She laid there staring up at him with her legs together and one arm sprawled out to the side. Naruto crawled on top of her. She grabbed his shirt and pulled him down to her lips. He was a little surprised at first, but he quickly kissed her back. Warmth shot from their lips to their heads, down their necks to their chest. The warmth had spread to their limbs and to the tips of their fingers. They couldn't control it. Naruto moved his hand across her chest and she twitched. He realized he shouldn't. He stopped and moved his hand down her body and over her curves. His hand passed her waist, and stopped. He started moving his hands up and into her jacket. He stopped and took his hand out and unzipped her jacket. She lifted up a little and tossed her jacket off the bed. He moved his hand up her shirt and lifted it up. Just before he got to her chest, she used on hand to stop him. They were still kissing. He stopped, realizing he had gone a little too far. He rolled over to her left and continued kissing her. She had almost let him go all the way, but she knew they should save that for marriage. She continued to kiss him. Again she had that feeling of closeness. They both shared a warmth. They could feel each other. They could both feel things about the other. When the warmth spread across them, they had sensed the other with the same warmth. Naruto was running his hands down her sides again. Though this time he kept control, he simply ran his hands up and down her sides. Hinata was rapidly warming up, and the more she did, the more she wanted to let him go all the way. She was afraid she might and regret it later. She really wanted to wait for the right time. She broke off the kiss. When she did, she noticed Naruto sadden a bit. "Hey, remember, I said I'd make you a cake for being so sweet," she said, giving him an Eskimo kiss. He smiled. He moved his hand to her face, and lightly stroked her beautiful angel face. "Right," he said as he caressed her face. The light from the window was a very light orange, covering the plane that was Hinata's face. "You're beautiful, you're my angel," he whispered. He leaned forward and gave her a quick kiss. She smiled. "And you're my fox," Hinata said, giving him another Eskimo kiss. She held that position, just being close to Naruto. Naruto usually would have taken the fox comment as an insult. But when Hinata said it, it made him feel different. She had fully accepted him, so he didn't care. Fox was like a pet name she used, so he didn't mind. They stared at each other's eyes. They usually closed their eyes when they kissed. That was the only time they were that close. They liked this, being this close and just staring at each other's eyes. "All right, let's make that cake," Hinata said, smiling. Her smile still sent him to space and back. It was the perfect smile, the smile of an angel. "All right," he said, rolling out of bed. He walked over to Hinata's side and scooped her up. She smiled and wrapped her arms around his neck. He carried her through the doorway and into the kitchen. He set her down and kissed her. "What first?" he asked. "Eggs, milk and flour," said responded, as she went to get a bowl. Naruto walked over to fridge and grabbed the milk and eggs. He set the supplies on the counter as Hinata set the bowl down. He went back and grabbed flour. She started mixing and adding the ingredients. She would tell Naruto to get her things and he would quickly grab the item and dash to Hinata for his reward, which was a kiss on the cheek. After 20 minutes of mixing ingredients into the large bowl, Hinata poured the mixture into a pan and set it in the oven. Naruto walked up behind Hinata. "How long till it's ready?" he asked, wrapping his arms around Hinata. "About 40 minutes. She said, leaning her head back onto his shoulders. "What do you want to do while we wait?" Naruto whispered into her ear. "I don't know," she responded. Naruto smirked and swept Hinata up in his arms again as he carried her back into the bedroom. He once again laid her down onto the bed and crawled in next to her. "We can do this again," he said with a smirk on his face. She smiled back. "What? You mean this?" she said, leaning forward to give him a big kiss on the lips. He kissed her back and scooted closer to her. He pressed up against her and wrapped his arms around her. He held her tight, never letting go. She wrapped her arms around him too. She continued to kiss him, but he stopped. He leaned back a little. But he came close to her and kissed her neck. "You know, we could do this all night," he whispered. "Yeah," she whispered back as she leaned forward to kiss him again. Naruto kissed her back and started stroking her hair. Naruto stopped again. She was beginning to think she had bad breath, or a bad kisser. "What? You wanna go take a bath?" he with a hint of lust in his voice. "Yeah, sure, I could go for a nice bath," she replied. She smiled and got up. She walked out of the room and went into the bathroom. Naruto stood up and went to the bathroom door. "We don't need bathing suits," Naruto said through the door. Hinata almost fell over. "Yes we do, we can't do it naked." "Why not?" "We're not married," Hinata responded. "We could be." Hinata thought he was going to propose right there. Naruto continued, "We could but we aren't." Hinata's heart dropped. She should have known. "But someday we will," Naruto continued. Hinata perked up again. He did intend on marrying her. "Yeah, someday," she replied. "So why not start bathing naked?" Naruto responded through the door still. Hinata had finished changing and opened the door. Naruto was standing there staring at Hinata and how hot she was. "Because we're not married yet," she said, tapping Naruto's nose when she said yet. "Now get changed, silly." She kissed him and walked off. Naruto sighed. He wanted to marry her, but they weren't quite old enough. Not to mention how opposed Hayashi would be. Naruto walked in and changed into his swimming suit. He changed quickly and ran through the kitchen, checked the time and then quickly ran out to the bathhouse. They still had 30 minutes to kill. He got to the bathhouse and opened the door. He walked into the house to see Hinata sitting in the bath. She smiled. He jumped into the water and swam to Hinata and kissed her. "You're so hot in a bikini." Hinata blushed. "Thanks," she said. He wrapped his arms around her exposed skin. Her skin was soft. He blushed a little at the closeness. But he kissed her and rested his head on hers. Hinata smiled, remembering the night he asked her to be his girlfriend. It was about the same time, just a little earlier. Once again colors had been splashed onto the canvas of the sky, an array of brilliant colors. The sky was an orange and red swirled blanket. The clouds with silver lining, the sky bleed into the clouds as the clouds absorbed the color. The red and oranges clashed in a spectacle to behold as the blue sky intruded, clashing with the already entangled red and orange. "Wow, it's so beautiful," Hinata said in awe. "Yeah, but it's not as beautiful as you," Naruto said, slowly leaning over to kiss Hinata. When they stopped kissing, Hinata smiled. You're so sweet. She splashed him a little. You're sweeter, Naruto said, splashing her back. Hinata splashed back, and the water wars started up again. Naruto swam to the other side of the bath and started smacking water across the watery expanse as Hinata did the same. They were splashing and laughing. Naruto went underwater and swam under Hinata, grabbing her legs and pulling her under. He quickly brought her back up in his arms. He kissed her on the lips and smiled. She smiled back as she splashed some water on both of them. Hey, Hinata, how long have we been out here? I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, look at the sky, the blue is almost completely gone. Wait, that means... Hinata said as both of them jumped out of the bath and ran to the kitchen. It had been 42 minutes, Hinata put on an oven mitt and reached into the oven and pulled out the cake. She set it on the stove top. Just in time, it's a nice golden brown. She smiled. Good, hold on, I'll get us some towels. Naruto walked off into the hallway. Hinata got out some plates and set them on the table. She set some forks next to the plates as Naruto came back and wrapped a towel around Hinata. Thanks, she said, giving him a quick kiss. She got out a knife and started cutting the cake, setting the slices on the plates. Naruto sat at the table, and started eating as soon as Hinata sat down. Wow, this cake is really good. Naruto complimented, with a face stuffed with cake, and crumbs latched onto his face. Thanks, Hinata smiled. Here, Naruto said, holding his fork out with a chunk of cake. She took it. It's good, but I think mine is better, Hinata said, holding out her fork. Naruto smiled and ate the cake. You're right, yours is better. Naruto finished 1/4 of the cake and Hinata had one slice. Hinata knew he had a big appetite. She smiled. They cuddled on the couch and started to watch TV, and Naruto snuggled Hinata as close to him as he could. She snuggled in close to him. Chapter 21, Sleeping Under Stars. Naruto. Hinata whispered. I was wondering, do you know about constellations? Hinata asked. A little. While I was away with Pervy Sage we slept under the stars a lot, but he never told me about them. Naruto replied, still holding Hinata close. What is it like sleeping under the stars? Hinata asked. It's kinda cool. I think it would be a lot cooler with you. Naruto said, smiling at Hinata. He got up and picked Hinata up and walked out the door to the training grounds. He set her on the ground. Hold on, I'll be right back. Naruto said, running back into the house. Naruto quickly reappeared with the rolled up sleeping bag. He ran to the middle of the training grounds and unrolled the bag with a quick flick. He went back to Hinata and scooped her back up in his arms and set her by the sleeping bag. Sorry, I only have one sleeping bag, Naruto said. That's fine, we usually sleep together anyway. She said, giving him a quick kiss. He smiled and laid down and crawled into the bag. Hinata followed. The sleeping bag was small, but they could fit, which was the problem. They both had to fit into this small sleeping bag. Hinata struggled to get in. She first bumped into Naruto with her foot. Which was fine, but she had to get more than her foot in. She continued to scoot in. She rubbed against Naruto the whole time. Naruto was finding it hard to control himself. When she finally got fully in the sleeping bag, they both hid behind a mask of red, though Hinata had a much deeper red mask. Her blush was so bad she didn't know what to say. Naruto just smiled and kissed her. She blushed and still couldn't say anything. Naruto rolled over to his back and watched the stars. Hinata did the same, but in a much faster movement. Naruto smiled. He knew Hinata was extremely embarrassed from what just happened. He put one arm around her shoulders and pulled her close. He stared at the black sky and watched the stars. Hey, look at that one, Pervy Sage calls that one the Big Dipper. Naruto said, hoping it would break the blush mask. Hinata didn't say anything, she was still blushing. Naruto sighed. Come on Hinata, it's fine, don't worry, we've taken baths together. That was nothing, he said, kissing her cheek. She smiled a little. All right, she said as the blush mask slowly receded. He smiled. It worked. So, that one is the Big Dipper, and that's the Little Dipper, and that's all Pervy Sage told me, Naruto said, pointing to the white freckles in the sky. So which ones do you know? Naruto asked. Well, those, and Orion's belt and Orion, Leo, Pieces, Capricornus, and my favorite Vulpecula. Hinata said, finally breaking completely free of the mask. Why is VUVA Vulpecula your favorite? Naruto asked, stuttering on the name he never heard before. Hinata smiled. Vulpecula, repronouncing it. It's my favorite because it's a fox. My fox. She smiled, rolling over to kiss Naruto. She kissed him with so much passion, which Naruto was used to. Hinata's kisses were always so passionate. But he just now realized she always gave him kisses full of passion, but he never really noticed how passionate they were. He kissed her back, trying to match her passion. He found it hard to match her passion. She had loved him so deeply for years, and just recently had he found out his love for her. But he loved her, he would die for her. His thoughts made him kiss her more. Naruto pulled her on top of him, holding her close, shielding her from all the hurt he caused her when she was younger. He was a fool. He finally stopped, much to Hinata's disappointment. Hinata, he said, gasping a little. He was out of breath from the long kiss. I'm sorry, he said, staring into her pale eyes that stared back at him from the new starry canvas sky. She squinted a little. For what? For not noticing, for not being there when we were younger. It's okay, I never came out and said I love you, so it's okay. Hinata said, remembering all the times she tried, but one specifically. During the Konoha Sports Festival. She had finally gotten the courage and almost said it. If only that announcement had not blared out. No, it's not okay, I should have noticed, everyone else did. I'm sorry. Really, don't be, we're together now, and that's all that matters. Besides, if we would have gotten together before you left, I don't know what I would have done without you for 3 years. She said, giving him a quick kiss. Hinata, I want you to know, I love you, more than life. Naruto said as he gave her a lower lip a quick kiss. Hinata, you see all these stars? Naruto said as Hinata turned around to see them. Pervy Sage told me that for every one star we do see, there are probably 1 million we don't see. And I love you more than all those stars combined. Naruto said, kissing her again. Naruto, I know you love me, you don't need to apologize. I know, but I felt bad about it, and I wanted you to know. Really, it's okay, besides. I love you more. Hinata said, giving him a small playful smile. He smiled back and kissed her again. Once again the kiss was full of passion. Naruto pressed her to him. He rubbed her back with his hands as he kissed her. She also held him close. She still loved him with every fiber of her being, even if he had the fox, even after the years of him not loving her back, but now he was finally in love with her, as much as she loved him. She pressed closer. Naruto continued to kiss her, trying to show he meant what he said, he loved her. He slowly pulled back. I love you. I love you too, Hinata said. Hugging him, holding him close, she snuggled into him. Naruto wrapped his arms around her, as she slowly stepped into the dream realm, slowly at first, but she quickly fell straight into sleep. Naruto stayed awake, wondering about what Hinata was dreaming about. Staring at her beautiful hair as it danced in the small breezes of wind. The beautiful soft skin and soft face. The world's most beautiful girl, right here in his arms, she was his girlfriend. Her soft breaths that caressed his face as she breathed. Oh, how beautiful she was. Well, you landed one hot girl, came a deep voice from the back of Naruto's mind. What did you do? Bribe her? The demon voice chuckled. The voice just sounded evil, the deep vibrating sound of the rumbling vocal cords. No. What do you want? Naruto mentally shouted to the caged beast's eyes, bright eyes of the huge fox that slowly appeared from the shadows. The giant razor teeth grinned. I just came to check on my favorite human host. The deep voice chuckled again. So this girl, what is she like? The voice rumbled again, with the slightest hint on interest. Hinata? Well, she. Wait, why do you want to know? Well, you and I are going to merge pretty soon, so I figured I'd get to know her a little. But why do you care? Boy, don't you listen? I just said because we're merging. That doesn't mean you need to know about her, Naruto said, wondering why on earth the fox cared. Look, just tell me, I want to know. Hinata, well she is absolutely amazing. Just everything about her is perfect. The voice sighed, well, what about her? Everything, she's so caring and full of love. She is so kind and warm, she's smart and shy, but the shyness is awesome, it's cute. She's absolutely beautiful and hot and cute, all rolled into one. She doesn't like fighting, but when she does, she totally kicks butt. She's an angel. She sounds like she's your type, kid. It sounds like you two balance each other perfectly. Anyway, when we merge I won't ever be able to take over again, as you know. But we can still talk to each other, and I figured we should get to know each other. Right, well, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm tired. Hey, one more thing, when are you two going to make some kids? The voice said as the teeth smirked. After we get married. Naruto shouted, angry that the fox was asking when they would do it. The voice didn't respond, just disappeared into the dark, lonely recesses of Naruto's mind. Stupid fox, Naruto muttered as he leaned his head close to Hinata's head. He followed her footsteps into the night's magical realm of dreams, falling off the cliff of being awake. He found Hinata in his dreams, standing with her hand longing for his hands, waiting to take him into her arms. Chapter 22, Waking Up. Naruto mumbled as he shifted his head. His eyes focused on the inside of his eyelids. Hinata slowly lifted the gates to her pale lavender eyes. Staring into the receding darkness, falling away from the bright sun, that fought so strong, destroying the dark night that enclosed the world. She turned her head to see that spiky-haired blonde boy. He must have been dreaming about something, he was constantly shifting his head. She smiled. Hinata, Naruto said, finally resting his head in one spot. Hinata said, not sure if he was awake or not. I love you, he whispered. She smiled. I love you too. No. I'm tired of that jutsu. Naruto responded. Hinata giggled, he was sleep-talking. She remembered he only did this on rare occasions, either when he was really excited or something was wrong. The party, she whispered. Party. Naruto shouted. Hinata giggled a little and started to slide out of the sleeping bag, trying not to wake Naruto up. Getting out was much easier than getting in. She stepped across the training ground and walked into the house. She checked the clock, it was already 11:25. She decided to wake Naruto up. Naruto-kun, Hinata said, lying on the bed, with her jacket off. Hinata-chan, Naruto said, crawling on top of her. Hinata started lifting up her shirt. The edge of her shirt slowly crawled past her stomach. The shirt finally came over her head and she threw it off to the side. Naruto-kun, I hope you're ready, Hinata whispered as she put her hands on her pants. Naruto. Hinata whispered. Honey. She sat down next to him. Naruto just moaned and started drooling, caused by his dream. Hinata wondered what started this drool. Maybe she would ask him. Naruto, I love you. She tried, maybe she could get him to say something back. Hinata. Naruto mumbled as his smile widened. Naruto, are you awake? Naruto just rolled over. She sighed, she leaned over and gave him a quick kiss on the lips, to see if maybe he would react to that. He just smiled and continued dreaming. She sighed, she only had one other method. "Naruto, I'm making ramen," she said. Naruto's eyes shot open. "Ramen? Cool, I'll have 10 bowls," Naruto said, sitting up. His wide eyes searched around and he sniffed around trying to catch the scent. "Wait, there's no ramen." Naruto frowned. "That's mean." "Maybe that's mean, but this isn't." Hinata smiled as she leaned forward. She gave him one of her passionate kisses. She scooted forward, closing the gap between them. She wrapped her arms around him and held him close. Naruto sat up more, following Hinata's lips. He wrapped his arms around her as well. He pulled her close and kissed her deeply. She finally slowly stopped. She pulled back, leaving his warm lips. Their skin slowly receding back to their owner. Hinata giggled and smiled a little. "Does that make it up?" Naruto smirked. "Of course, you could have made it up with a word." Naruto smiled, still holding her close. Her smile widened, and she rested her head on his shoulder. "Naruto, it's 11:30, we have to get going." "For what? Can't we just stay home and kiss?" Naruto said with a bit of a smirk. "Well, we could, but we wouldn't be going to the party we planned," Hinata said, knowing Naruto would instantly agree. "Oh yeah? Party?" Naruto exclaimed, getting out of the sleeping bag, then grabbing her hand and lifting her up. When she stood up he kissed her hand and smiled. She smiled. "Hey Naruto, what were you dreaming about?" Naruto gulped. He remembered the dream, and how perverted it was. And nothing, nothing," he said as he felt his face redden. He tried to hide it but he couldn't. "Come on Naruto, what? I know you were dreaming about something, you were talking in your sleep, you said my name." Naruto gulped again. Really? I don't know," Naruto said. "Come on Naruto, I won't kiss you till you tell me," Hinata threatened. Naruto mentally cursed. She had that power over him. He knew he wouldn't last long without her closeness, without her passionate kisses, without her passion. Naruto sighed. All right, I was just dreaming about your kisses." "That's it, no kisses for you," Hinata said. She knew he was lying. "It's the truth," Naruto lied. "Really? 'Cause I know you're lying," she smirked a little. "Fine, alright, you caught me, I was dreaming about us having kids." Naruto whispered the last part. He wished he was a little smarter. Hinata was way too smart for him. She could figure him out in seconds, she knew him too well. "Thank you," she kissed him. "It's fine Naruto, someday we will have kids, won't we?" Naruto was surprised she heard the last part, his dream. He remembered he didn't have to talk loudly to have Hinata hear him, unlike everyone else. He remembered he always had to talk loudly to get Sakura attention, he had to talk loudly for the people to talk to him. "Of course we are. One day after we get married, and after we go on our honeymoon," Naruto replied. Giving her a kiss, she kissed him back. "Well, let's get going, we need to get ready, get supplies and check if everyone is going," Hinata said. "Right, so let's get changed," Naruto said. He entangled his fingers with hers and they walked into the house. They entered the house and walked into their rooms. Naruto changed quickly. He appeared in an orange shirt in a pair of blue jeans. He stepped across the hall to Hinata's door. He thought that he might just open her door and walk in. Maybe just to surprise her, but he decided against it, she would beat the crap out of him. So he walked into the living room, and sat on the couch. Hinata quickly appeared from her room, in a blue shirt, with a smaller version of her blue coat. It only covered her chest and stopped halfway down her stomach. She also wore a pair of blue jeans. Naruto smiled at the beautiful girl walking toward him. "Hey beautiful." He smiled. "Hey, Foxy, she said as she sat down on the couch next to him. He held her chin with one hand and leaned in to kiss her. He pulled away, and smiled at her. Well, should we get going? Naruto said as he stood up. She nodded. Naruto put his hands on her sides and lifted her up off the ground and set her down close to him. He slid his hands across her sides, he pushed his hands to her back and held her close. He laid his head on hers. She snuggled close to him. I love you, Naruto Uzumaki. She whispered. I love you, Hinata Hyuga, he said as he lifted his head. She looked up at the blonde spiky hair boy she had admired and loved for years. He leaned forward to kiss her. Hey! Hinata! Came a loud voice, followed by loud knocking at the front door. Naruto growled. He let go of Hinata and walked toward the door. Go away, Hinata is busy. Naruto shouted through the door. Naruto heard a slight giggle. Oh, I get it, I knew Hinata wanted to. The voice came again. Naruto flung the door open. Not like that. Naruto yelled at the pink-haired girl outside his door. What do you want, Sakura? Well, we came to tell you that after we left you guys, we told our friends about the party and everyone is coming. Cool, we were just going to check on that. Naruto replied. At least she had a good reason for interrupting them. Hey, Hinata, are you free now? Hinata walked up behind Naruto. She looked up at him and he nodded. I guess so, but why? Well, you said you would help teach Ino to cook, remember? Sakura replied. Right, sure, I'll help. Right, Naruto, you don't mind if we borrow your girlfriend again, right? Naruto looked at Hinata and she nodded. Right. He hugged her and gave her a passionate kiss before letting her go. I'll see you later, Hinata, I love you. He said as the two girls started walking back to Sakura's house. I love you, Naruto, Hinata shouted back. Naruto watched as Hinata walked away from him and walked with Sakura. He felt he had lost a part of himself when she left. He wasn't sure how long he would survive without her there. He wasn't sure how he had lived without her. I love you, Hinata Hyuga. Chapter 23, Acceptance. Naruto paced his lonely prison cell, or at least it felt like a prison cell. It was very clean and well decorated and inviting, but without Hinata he didn't really feel like it was a nice room. Maybe I'll go visit Hayashi, yeah. And on my way back I'll pick up the supplies for the party. Yeah. Naruto finally decided. He walked out the door and headed to the hospital. Hayashi-sama said, a long-haired blonde woman as she entered the room. Yes. Hayashi replied. Hello Hayashi, I heard about you being in the hospital. Tsunade continued. Yes, Hokage. Well, what happened? Tsunade asked. Naruto beat me. He whispered, still ashamed he lost. What, Naruto? Why? Well, he said it was because I called him trash. Hayashi lied, maybe he could get Tsunade mad at the boy too. Yeah, nice try. I know, Naruto, what did you do? I tried to take Hinata back. Hayashi admitted. Well, no wonder he kicked you, but you were trying to take his girlfriend away from him. Yeah. Hayashi was still sore about the whole love thing, but the boy was starting to grow on him. Why can't you let them be? They are in love. I haven't seen love like that since, well, I don't think I have ever seen love as deep and passionate as that. Tsunade continued, searching her mind for a couple like that. She couldn't think of any. I know, neither have I. So why won't you let them be? Tsunade inquired. Because, the boy is a monster and Hinata is weak. Hinata is not weak. I have seen her fight. She may not always put her whole heart into it unless Naruto is involved, but she doesn't believe in fighting, I don't think. If she were to fight for something she really and truly cared about, or maybe someone, in this case Tsunade snickered a little, I'm sure she would be almost unstoppable. Would you be willing to put that to the test? Hayashi whispered. What do you mean? I'll admit that Hinata is strong and that she can be with Naruto if she can beat Hanabi in a fight. What? You must be joking. Tsunade shouted. No, I'm not. Hayashi responded sternly. You're only going to test Hinata, and against her sister. I already tested Naruto, he passed, amazingly. Hayashi responded. So you have finally accepted Naruto. Tsunade smirked. Calming down a little. I don't know. Hayashi admitted. See, he isn't a monster. Yes, I see that now. Hayashi sighed. Good, it took long enough, Tsunade replied. Well, it was nice talking to you, but unfortunately, I have more paperwork to do. Tsunade groaned. Hey, Tsunade, why do you like Naruto? Well, he's like my brother, my little knucklehead brother. Tsunade smiled and walked off. Naruto followed the path to the hospital, a butterfly war raged in his stomach. He wondered if Hayashi would be as angry or angrier than last time. He knew he had to try. He entered the hospital. He bumped into Tsunade on his way in. Hey, Tsunade, what are you doing here? Naruto shouted. Hey Naruto, I came to check on Hayashi, what are you doing here? Well, I came to check on Hayashi too. Really? Well, you must have made an impression. Tsunade remembered that he also would accept Hinata if she could beat Hanabi. Her face started to sadden a little. Really? Cool. I knew I'd rub off on him. Naruto noticed Tsunade's face changing. What's wrong? Well, Hayashi wants to have Hinata fight Hanabi for the right to be with you. If Hinata can beat her, he will let you to be together. And he might even like you too, but I'm worried. I know Hinata could wipe the floor with Hanabi, but... But what? Naruto asked. He was upset to say the least. He didn't think Hayashi would make Hinata fight her own sister. But, I don't know if Hinata could attack her own sister, she has such a gentle nature. Yeah. Naruto knew of Hinata's gentle nature, after all he spent almost all his time with her now. But, I'm sure you know she's gentle, huh? Tsunade said, poking him in the ribs as she smirked. Yeah, of course I do. Naruto realized what she meant. You're a perv, Tsunade. Tsunade laughed, maybe, but not as much as Jiraiya. She continued laughing. Yeah, he's like a super pervert. Naruto chuckled. Alright, Naruto, I'll see you later. Don't tell Hinata or Hayashi you know about the fight, I'll tell her tomorrow, okay? Right, Naruto responded as he continued through the hospital toward Hayashi's room. He got to the door, gulped and walked in. Hello again, Hayashi-sama. Naruto said, sticking his head into the door. Hello Naruto. Hayashi responded. How are you doing today? Naruto said, taking a seat. Better, I guess. That's good. Where is Hinata? Hayashi asked. She is with Sakura and Ino, they are teaching Ino how to cook. Why do you want to know? Well, if she can beat Hanabi in a fight, she can be with you. Hayashi replied. Naruto was surprised he told him out in open, and so casually. How? Can you do that? Naruto asked. Because, she must prove herself, before I can accept you two being together. But how can you have your daughter fight your daughter? Naruto yelled. Because, they are ninja, they fight anyway. I have already decided. Naruto shook his head. What about me? What's my test? You already took it? When I tried to kidnap Hinata, that was your test. Not only that, but you have visited me both days I have been in the hospital. So you pass, and after your 16th birthday the fox won't be able to take over, so, there is no problem, right? Right. Hopefully I will get out of here by tomorrow. Right, well, get better, Naruto replied, getting up from the chair. Will do. Hayashi responded. Naruto walked out of the hospital. He would have stayed longer, but Hayashi made him so mad. making Hinata fight her own sister. Tsunade was right, Hinata could mop the floor with Hanabi, but, like Tsunade said, Hinata had an amazingly gentle nature. She might not attack Hanabi. Naruto shook away the thoughts. He walked back the path he came. He stopped a couple blocks away at the nearest store. He entered and scurried around the store with the supplied shopping carts. He threw some cartons of soda, some punch mix, streamers, 2 bags of balloons, some chips, and bought a cake and some frosting which he would write "Thank you Tsunade" with. He also bought 2 things not for the party. He drove the cart to the front checkout lanes. He paid for the items and gathered up the bags in his arms and carried them home. He walked down the path that showed him the entrance to his house. He set the stuff down and unlocked the door. He opened the door and moved all the supplies inside and set them on the table. He wondered how Hinata was doing, what she was doing right now. If maybe she was thinking about him. Chapter 24, Cooking Class. So Hinata, how are you and Naruto doing? Sakura asked as they closed in on Sakura's apartment. We're doing wonderful. He's so sweet, and finally after more than 3 years we're finally together. Hinata responded. You're so lucky. Sakura whispered. Well, you could ask Lee out, he still loves you doesn't he? Hinata suggested. Yeah, I could but I can't, now I know what you felt like when you were trying to tell Naruto you loved him. Hinata blushed a little. Well, I learned if you don't say something, he might leave for 3 years, and that's pretty tough. Sakura remembered all the times she had seen Hinata during those 3 years. She was always worried about Naruto. She always whispered to herself that she had wished she had told him. Yeah, I know. I think I'm going to ask him at the party. Maybe Ino will ask Koji too. Sakura said, trying to lighten the mood. Yeah, so what are we going to teach her to cook? Probably start with something easy, then probably cake, then pancakes. That way I don't have to eat scrambled eggs every morning. Sakura sighed. Alright, well, ramen is pretty easy to make. Hinata suggested. Yeah, it must be really easy for you, you must make it all the time. Sakura giggled. No, not all the time, I'm trying to get him to eat more than just ramen. Yeah, that's a good idea. See Hinata, you're perfect for him, you balance each other, and you're so smart. Sakura complimented. Thanks, Hinata said as they entered Sakura's apartment. Ino, get ready. We're going to teach you to cook. Sakura shouted through the apartment. All right, Ino replied, appearing from her room. Hey Hinata, I have one more thing to ask you. Did you have fun last night? Sakura smirked. No, I told you we are going to wait. I did have fun with him, just not in that way. Sakura, leave Hinata alone, she is helping me cook and she has said she isn't going to do it with Naruto until they get married. So let it be, Hinata has some crazy willpower and she won't do anything she thinks is wrong. Ino interjected. Finally rescuing Hinata. Thanks, Hinata said. No problem. Ino replied as she put on an apron. Let's get started. Yeah, sure, I was just wondering, I mean you guys do sleep with each other, so I thought maybe. No, they haven't, gee Sakura. Hinata put on an extra apron, while Sakura did the same. So what am I learning first? Ino asked. Well, I was thinking ramen. It's easy to make. Hinata said. Yeah, you must have experience, Ino said, so what do we need? A pan, some water, noodles, and some sort of flavor. Hinata said. Okay, Ino said as she reached into a cabinet and searched through it for a medium-sized pan. She pulled one out and set it on the stove. Now what? Add water, about halfway full. Hinata replied. Then boil the water, when it comes to a boil add the noodles and turn off the heat. Ino did so, she filled the pan and set it on the oven. While they waited for the water to boil they talked. So Ino, are you going to ask Koji out at the party? Sakura asked. Maybe, only if you ask Lee. Ino responded. Okay, Sakura extended her hand and Ino shook it. And Hinata, will you and Naruto? If you tell her to do it with Naruto I'm going to smack you upside the head. Ino interjected. Fine, will you get Naruto to see if they like us? And when you get the answer make out if it's yes for both of them. Okay. Hinata nodded, she didn't mind making out with Naruto. She smiled a little. I knew you would like that idea. Sakura smirked. The water came to a boil and Ino walked to the stove and turned off the heat. She poured the noodles in and stirred. Now just stir it every once in a while for about 5 minutes. Hinata said. Right. So what's it like, what's Naruto like? Sakura asked. Is he still that knucklehead? No, he isn't, he's really sweet, he likes being with me and I love being with him. We both love each other and... Hinata stopped as the girls stared at her. What? I didn't think Naruto would be like that. He sounds like he is actually sweet. Sakura said. Well, he is. I love him. Hinata replied. Sakura smirked. It only took long enough, Hinata. Yeah, but now we're together and that's all that matters. Hinata smiled. Yeah, and you guys are really cute together, everyone says that. Ino added. Hey, Ino, you might wanna check your ramen. Sakura commented. Oh. Ino shouted as she ran to the kitchen. It's okay, they're fine. It's been 5 minutes, now what, Hinata? Ino shouted. Add the flavor. Hinata responded. Right. Ino said as she found and added the flavor. She finished adding the flavor and she stirred it. Okay, it's ready, come and get it, Ino shouted. She set the bowls out on the table and poured the ramen into the bowls. I hope it's good. Hinata and Sakura sat down and tested the ramen. It wasn't terrible but it wasn't exactly great. So what do you think? It's pretty good, with a little more practice you could be a pro at this. Hinata said. Hinata, you're too nice. Look Ino, this isn't that great, you're going to need to do this a lot and practice, a lot. I like Hinata's comment better, billboard brow. What did you say, Ino pig? You're too mean, forward girl. Ino screamed. Hinata slowly scooted out of her chair and moved to a more remote corner. She really needed to remember to buy earplugs. They fighting raged back and forth. The two simply fought about pretty much nothing. They had completely forgotten about what they started fighting about. Yeah, well, I can roll my tongue. Can you do that, forward girl? No. But I can move my ears. Look. Sakura shouted as she moved her ears slightly. Hinata sighed. She had her hands over her ears. Hinata decided to make this stop. Hinata walked over to the fight and stood behind Sakura. She tapped her shoulder. Not now, Hinata, I'm winning. Hinata sighed again. Hinata clasped her hand over Sakura's mouth. All that did was reduce the sound. Sakura was still yelling something. It was muffled and something about her hair or something. Ino got the idea and stopped yelling. Sakura also stopped. Hinata finally removed her hand and enjoyed the quiet. Sorry, Hinata, Sakura said. Yeah, sorry, Ino replied. It's okay, it's over now, so everything is okay. Hinata said. Wow, Hinata, you are amazing, you put up with our fight for a while and then you calmly stopped it. Anyone else would have smacked us. Ino commented. No wonder, she must have done that to Naruto. No, when he's with me he's usually quiet. Wow, really? Sakura asked. Of course he's with Hinata, forward girl, Ino shouted. The war started up again. Hinata went back to her old spot, and put her hands over her ears. She wondered how Naruto was doing, what he was doing right now. If maybe he was thinking about her. Chapter 25, Together Again. Ino sighed, her face was covered in flour, some sort of mix, and some smoke. Are we done yet? Surprisingly yes, I thought we would never get done. You actually made pancakes and cake, that didn't completely suck. Sakura said, who also had some flour on her cheeks from standing too close when Ino had added flour to her cake mix. So what do you think, Hinata? Do you think I can cook a little now? Of course, you just need to practice and try new things and you'll be a cooking pro. Hinata smiled. Yeah, you're going to need to be a pro, you have to cook for Koji. Sakura laughed. Hinata giggled a little. He's going to be the real test. Sakura continued. He does like to eat. Ino replied. But the important thing is that I'm done cooking for now. Yeah, well, let's get cleaned up though. Sakura said, trying to wipe off the flour. Except you, Hinata, you completely avoided the disaster. Hey! Ino shouted. Hinata giggled. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I like Hinata's comments better than yours, Sakura. Ino pouted, she didn't insult Sakura for Hinata's benefit. Hinata giggled some more. Hey, Hinata, just give us a minute and we'll walk back with you. Sakura said as she entered the bathroom and turned on the sink. Hinata took a seat, and waited. Again she wondered what Naruto was doing, she stared off into space, and she just thought about Naruto, she couldn't wait to be with him again. She wanted to see the big fox-like grin of his, just to hear him say he loves her. Sakura appeared from the bathroom, her face was free of flour. Okay, as soon as Ino is done, we can go, Sakura said as Ino traded place with Sakura. So Hinata, Sakura said as she sat across the table. What are you going to name it if it's a girl? Sakura. What did I say? Ino shouted from the bathroom. I just want to know what they're going to name their kid. Sakura shouted back. We don't know, we haven't really talked about kids, except that we're going to wait for marriage. I told you, Ino again shouted from the bathroom. Yeah, Sakura sighed. Hey Sakura, come help me. This mix won't come off. Ino shouted in a panic, furiously rubbing at the mix on her face. Sakura sighed and stood up, walking toward the bathroom. She walked in and grabbed some sort of bottle from the cabinet and rubbed it on her face. Now try it. Ino again rubbed the cake mix and it finally flaked off. She rinsed it all away and walked out of the bathroom. Sakura also came out. Okay Hinata, let's go. I'm sure you dying to see Naruto. Sakura smiled and giggled a little. Hinata blushed a little, but she nodded. Well, let's go then, we don't want to make you wait. Sakura said as she went to the door. Hinata stood up and walked to the door. They exited the house, and they walked back to Naruto's house. Hinata, don't forget, at the party, you know. Sakura smirked and elbowed her a little. Don't worry, I won't forget. Good, Sakura replied as they approached his house. They entered the path and walked to the door. Hinata opened the door. Naruto, I'm home. She called. She took a couple of steps in before she was greeted by a hug. Naruto had dashed in, he lifted her up so that his head was by her stomach. She smiled and looked down at Naruto, who was smiling up at her. Her hair dangled down, reaching out to his face. Naruto just stared up at her soft eyes. Hinata, I missed you. He said as he finally set her down. He let go and walked away. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back, stay right there. Naruto said as he walked around the corner. Hinata wondered what he was doing. He came back with his hands behind his back, with a big grin on his face. Here, I got these for you, he said as he held out his hands. In one hand was bouquet of lavender flowers, and in the other hand he had a heart-shaped box of chocolates. Oh, Naruto, they're beautiful. She said as she ran and hugged him. He wrapped his full hands around her. I love you, Hinata, Naruto whispered in her ear. I love you, Naruto, she whispered back. She let go and kissed him on the cheek. I'll put these in some water. Naruto smiled, okay, hurry back. He teased. She smiled and walked away. Wow Naruto, you really love her don't you? Sakura asked, who watched the whole thing. She almost cried, it was just so romantic. Of course I love her more than anything. He said. Dang. You two are even cuter together than I thought. Ino said. Hinata came back around the corner after setting the flowers in a vase and setting the chocolates on the table. She grabbed Naruto from behind, and rested her head on his shoulder. How was it? Naruto asked. It was fine, we taught Ino to cook pancakes and cakes, and you favorite ramen. Hinata responded. It's not my favorite anymore. Naruto grinned. What? Hinata asked, taken by surprise. What? Ino shouted. You're my favorite now Hinata. He smiled as he turned around and kissed her. Sakura sighed, trying to show she was tired of this, but secretly she loved how he was like this with her. She had always wanted this from him. So she was really happy for Hinata, but also the slightest bit of jealousy hid in her mind. I love you Naruto, Hinata whispered after her kiss. I love you Hinata. He gave her a quick kiss again. Hey, Hinata, don't forget about the party. Sakura gave her a wink and walked away. What does she mean? Naruto asked. Well, this is your mission, you're supposed to find out if Lee and Koji like Sakura and Ino. Okay, easy enough. Then when you do, we are supposed to do this. Hinata kissed him, pressing her lips against his. He held her close and pressed her against him. They finally stopped. I can do that, Naruto smirked. This had to be the best mission of all time. I knew you would like that. Hinata said. Naruto picked her up and carried her over to the couch, and he sat down with her sitting on top of him. He kissed her again. Hey Naruto, don't relax quite yet, we still have to go get the party supplies. Hinata said, almost regretfully. She didn't mind staying home and kissing Naruto. Don't worry about it, I already took care of it. Naruto said with a smile. Really? When? I went to see Hayashi. Naruto stopped, remembering what Hayashi was going to do. But he couldn't let her know. So on my way back I picked up the stuff. Hinata wondered why he stopped. Was something wrong? Or did something happen to Hayashi? Is Hayashi okay? Oh yeah, he's getting better, Naruto replied. Then what's wrong? Hinata questioned. Naruto had to stay calm, he couldn't tell her. Nothing, what makes you think something is wrong? Naruto said with a big smile. Well, you stopped, you sounded like something was wrong. Hinata replied. Nope, everything is fine, I'm with you. Nothing can be wrong. He said as he kissed her lower lip. He lowered her backwards with one hand and followed her down. Lying on top of her, kissing her passionately, he started kissing her cheek and then went down to her neck. He started licking her neck. Hinata cupped his face in her hands and brought his face toward hers. She kissed him more. They were still on the couch kissing when a knock came from the door. Naruto got up and walked to the door. Hinata looked at the time and realized they had been making out for almost a half hour now. She blushed a little. Naruto opened the door to Temari and Shikamaru. Hey Naruto, I figured you and Hinata could come with us to the party, you need to get her out of there before we can get to work. So come on, Temari smiled. What, we still have like 20 minutes. Naruto, Hinata said, still laying on the couch. Catching Temari's attention, Temari squinted a little on why Hinata was laying on the couch. It's been a half hour since Hinata stalled. She had to think of something besides making out. Sakura left. What? Really? Dang, I didn't think we took a half hour. What did you do? Temari pried. Nothing really, Hinata interjected. You were doing something, I mean look at you two. Temari replied. Hinata's neck was still wet from Naruto's kisses and such throughout the make-out session. Hinata walked up to Naruto and wrapped her arms around him. She buried her head into his shoulder, trying to hide her blush. We were making out, for half an hour. Naruto admitted as he felt Hinata's head press harder against his shoulder. Wow! A whole half an hour straight, we haven't done it for half an hour straight. Temari said she was getting more jealous of Hinata. Before Hinata had those perfect curves and she was beautiful but she never went out with anyone, but now she was outdoing her and Shikamaru. What about the movies? Naruto asked. No, we just kissed for like 10-minute intervals. Oh. Well, are we going to go or what? Shikamaru finally said. Right, well I guess we probably should. Naruto said. Hinata looked up at him with that oh so cute blush on her face. Well, let me get the supplies, he said as he walked to the kitchen to get the stuff. He came back and Hinata grabbed his arm. Do you need help? Nope, I got it, Naruto said as he smiled. I just need you. He held his elbow out and she slid her arm into his elbow and they walked out of the house toward the Hokage's offices. Chapter 26, Getting Away with Tsunade. So, you guys have to get Tsunade away somewhere. Until about 7:15 or so, by then we should have the decorations set up. Okay, I think we can do that, Naruto replied. Alright, well, set the stuff behind that bush, Temari said as they arrived at the building. When you get Tsunade out of here then we will come get the stuff. Alright, Naruto said as he set the supplies behind the bush and walked up the stairs with Hinata. Temari and Shikamaru waited somewhere else in the hall so Tsunade wouldn't suspect anything. Naruto opened the door and walked in. Tsunade. Come on, me and Hinata are going to take you out for some fun, Naruto shouted. Alright. Let's get the heck out of here. I hate this crappy paperwork. Who would have thought being Hokage would have so much paperwork? Tsunade said as she stood up and walked toward the two. Besides, I like seeing you two together, Tsunade said as she ruffled both of their hair. She smiled and started walking out of the door. And Naruto and Hinata followed. Lady Tsunade, you can't leave, you still have paperwork, Shizen called. I know, that's why I'm leaving, Tsunade responded. Naruto turned around and put one finger over his mouth. Shizen was confused as she watched the trio walk out and down the stairs. After the trio disappeared, Temari and Shikamaru appeared. Hokage just left, Shizen growled. She wondered how Tsunade could be so irresponsible. Good, Shikamaru said as the two entered the room. What? What do you mean good? Well, we're throwing her a party for helping Naruto and Hinata. Tell Hinata's father. About what? You weren't here, Temari asked. No, I was at other villages last week. Oh, then let me fill you in, Temari said. Naruto finally realized his feelings for Hinata. Really? Shizen squealed. Yup, so they had to tell Hayashi about it. Tsunade helped them to tell him. Oh good. I have always wanted to see those two together. And it only took long enough. I know. Sakura squealed as she and Ino also entered the room. I just wish I could have seen them together. I mean, I just saw them, but not like holding hands or hugging or kissing. Yeah, you should see them kiss. It's really cool. They have a certain aura about them. They look so perfect for each other, Ino added. Well, hopefully I'll get to see them kiss at this party, Shizen replied. Well, let's get this started, Shikamaru said as he went for the supplies. So where are we going? Tsunade asked. Well, Naruto didn't think of that. How about a bar? Tsunade implied. We're not old enough to drink, Naruto responded. I am, Tsunade said. Yeah, but I don't want to have to watch you get drunk, Naruto replied. Fine. How about some shops? Hinata offered. Yeah. You like shopping, don't you? Sure, why not, but I like bars better, Tsunade mumbled. Alright, well let's go, Naruto said as he rested one arm across Hinate's shoulders. He squeezed her close. He kissed her cheek, pressing his warm lips against her soft warm cheeks. Well, as long as I get to see you two together I think I'll be fine. Tsunade smiled. I mean, it's hard to be mad with you two, you're always so happy, not to mention how long I have waited to see you two together. Tsunade said. Well, let's get going. I'll buy you kids some shirts with each other's name on it or something. Tsunade said as she walked into the mall. No, let us. We're taking you out. Naruto replied. No, I have Hokage discount, Tsunade smirked. Well, you can use the discount and we can pay. Fine, if you insist. Hinata smiled. We do, she replied. That's right, Naruto said as he gave Hinata another kiss. Tsunade just smiled, but it quickly faded when she looked at Hinata with her gentle eyes. She remembered what Hayashi was going to do. Tsunade. Hinata asked. Is something wrong? No, just all the paperwork I have to do drives me insane, Tsunade replied. Hinata was worried. She had seen Naruto's strange behavior and now Tsunade was acting odd too. They were hiding something, but she didn't know what, or why. What's wrong? You guys are hiding something, Naruto and Tsunade looked at each other. Nothing, Hinata, what makes you think something is wrong? I don't think something is wrong, I know, but why are you hiding it from me? Tsunade mentally swore. She remembered how smart Hinata was, one of the smartest. Okay, Will, I'm sorry but I can't tell you right now. I don't want to spoil the moment. But what is it? It's a mission, I just don't have all the details, but don't worry about it, and don't try to get Naruto to tell you. You can't use your body to get him to tell. Tsunade chuckled. Tsunade, you perv. Naruto yelled. Hinata blushed deeply. Hinata would have pressed on, but Tsunade was right, it would spoil the moment. So she just let it go. Much to Tsunade and Naruto's relief, they were both worried but they couldn't let it spoil the time. So let's go to some clothes shop and you girls can try on some cloths, Naruto said, giving Hinata a wink, and she blushed. Alright, but just shirts and pants, no underwear, Naruto, Tsunade replied. Hinata blushed deeper. Hinata hated when Tsunade and other people talked about her and Naruto like that. I'm not a pervert like that. Naruto yelled. Yeah, Will, the longer you two are together I'm sure that will be harder to resist, Naruto. Tsunade smirked, and Naruto had no comeback. She was right. Naruto was already finding it hard. Anyway, let's get it going, Tsunade continued as they walked around the mall searching for a good place to shop. They continued searching for a while. Naruto was mainly flirting with Hinata. Almost everyone watched the couple, and most of them were jealous. They stared at the two. Naruto was usually staring at Hinata and giving her soft kiss and staring at her, telling her how beautiful she was. She stared back at him and gave him soft kisses back. She had forgotten about the comment. Here looks fine, Tsunade said as she walked into the clothes store she found. Naruto and Hinata followed her in and walked into the women's section. Chapter 27, New Clothes. Naruto held Hinata close as they walked behind Tsunade as she went through the racks of clothes. Hey, Hinata, try this on. Tsunade said as she handed her a small t-shirt that was a light purple with a white cloud in the bottom left corner. Okay, Hinata said. She stopped to turn to go into the changing room. Wait, not yet, let's get a couple of things. Tsunade responded. Hinata nodded again, and continued walking with Naruto following Tsunade. Hinata passed a light green shirt with white wavy lines following the fringes. Tsunade here, I think you should try this on. Hinata said, offering the shirt in her hands. I like that, Tsunade said, inspecting the shirt. Yeah, she took the shirt and hung it over her arm as she searched through a rack of clothes trying to find more stuff to try on. Naruto found this extremely boring, except for the fact that he was with Hinata. So he joined in the search with Hinata. Tsunade was looking for Hinata and Naruto were looking for Tsunade. Naruto found almost nothing. He apparently didn't have a good eye for this. Every time he found something, Tsunade rejected it, saying it was too small or too ugly or not the right color. So Naruto mainly just held Hinata, giving her kisses. Hinata and Tsunade traded clothes they had found for the other. They had 10 total outfits, and Naruto was again bored out of his mind. He only suggested this to see Hinata in hot clothes. Okay, let's try these on, Tsunade said, who was tired of carrying so many clothes around. Hinata nodded. Naruto smiled. He took the clothes from Hinata and escorted her to the entrance of the woman's changing room before Hinata stopped him. Naruto, you can't go in there. Right, sorry. Tsunade sighed. Naruto handed her clothes and gave her a kiss. He smiled as she walked into the room. When she entered, he sat down in a chair and waited for Hinata to reappear. After a few minutes, Tsunade appeared from the changing room. She was wearing the first shirt Hinata had picked out for her, with a loose skirt that Hinata had picked out as well. It was green that faded to white toward the ends. Tsunade wasn't a big fan of skirts, but Hinata said that it would look good, and it did. But she mad to admit it did look good. Tsunade looked more ladylike. Wow, Hinata was right, like always. You do look more ladylike. Naruto said. Yeah, I have to admit, I kind of like it. Tsunade responded. Hinata soon appeared next to Tsunade, who was holding out her skirt trying to get a feel for it. Hinata appeared in the first light purple shirt with the small cloud in the lower left. She wore a short light lavender skirt. The skirt only stopped just before her knees. Naruto stared wide-eyed, with his mouth open. Hinata looked so hot, he wished they were married. He couldn't help but stare. She was too hot to look away. He knew he should stop staring, but he couldn't. Hinata blushed and twirled, showing off the skirt. Do you like it, Naruto? Of course he likes it, look at him. I'm sure he's got a couple thoughts running through his head. Tsunade teased. Naruto finally stood up and walked over to Hinata. He was still staring, but he wrapped his arms around her. You're hot and so beautiful. Naruto kissed her, and when he pulled away, he noticed some of the male employees staring at her too. They were talking to each other and pointing. But, maybe too small. Wow, I didn't think you'd say that. Tsunade commented, I thought you would want her to wear it all the time. Naruto smiled and held Hinata close. He used his hand to point to the employees staring at Hinata. Tsunade got the picture and mouthed, "Oh." Naruto let go of Hinata. Alright, let's see the next one, he said, and Hinata walked back to the changing room. Tsunade walked over to Naruto. I can go kick their butts. Or maybe you want to. Tsunade implied. No, they haven't done anything wrong. I couldn't help myself from staring, and she's my girlfriend. Naruto replied. Good point, you looked like a fool. You had your mouth open and everything. Tsunade laughed and entered the changing room again. Okay, let's put the streamers up here, Sakura said as she grabbed some of the streamers Naruto bought. How's the punch coming? Sakura yelled as Ino was stirring the newly added sugar to the bowl. Ino stirred and drank a sip from the ladle. It's good, Ino shouted back. She walked over to Sakura and helped pin up the streamers. Shikamaru and Temari were setting up the lights and the sound system. Everyone else had showed up. They helped carry the sound system, trying to make it as close to surround sound as they could so they wouldn't have to blare the music and give everyone hearing loss. Wow, I can't believe we're almost done. Sakura looked at the clock. And Naruto and Hinata still have almost a half hour. We just need to test the sound and get the rest of the snacks set up. Temari replied. Well, that shouldn't take long, so let's finish up. Sakura replied as she went back to working. Wow! Naruto shouted. Hinata stepped out of the changing room in a white top that had small puffy sleeves, but it left her shoulders exposed. That stopped before her stomach, and another skirt that this time just passed her knees which was also white. Naruto felt his heart beat faster. Wow! He repeated. He continued to stare at the angel before him. He could have sworn she was glowing. He noticed Hinata blushing a little, from the staring. He smiled at her while he repeated for the third time. You, look, absolutely amazing, I'm defiantly buying that for you. I want to see you in that around the house. Naruto said, finally standing up and giving Hinata a hug. Hinata blushed a little. Tsunade came out from the changing room in her old outfit. Well, there you go. He was bound to say that eventually. I was surprised he didn't say it to everything. She snickered. Well, that's it, let's get out of here, this is boring now. Tsunade complained. Hinata, get changed back, otherwise Naruto might not hear anything we say. What? Naruto said, breaking his gaze at Hinata. See, we could let you stay like that and Naruto would follow you to the ends of the earth. I heard that, I would follow her to the ends of the earth anyway. Hinata smiled and gave him a quick kiss on the cheek. She smiled and took a step back and headed to the changing room. She stopped and turned to Naruto, who was still staring. She smiled and gave Naruto a final twirl, showing off her new dress and her body. His eyes started to widen and she entered the changing room. Naruto, control yourself. Tsunade said. Sorry, she is just so perfect. Naruto replied. She's perfect like an angel. Tsunade laughed half-heartedly. She watched these two in love and enjoyed them being together. But, they have a couple of hard challenges, especially with the fight. Not to mention the other stuff, things that no one may know about, but something could happen to lovebirds, that is just the world they lived in. She couldn't act sad though, she shook the thoughts away. The fight? Naruto asked. Yeah, Tsunade replied. But we can't let that get us down. For her. Right, Naruto said. He perked up and waited for Hinata. She made her appearance with the handful of clothes. Naruto took most of them and hung them back on racks. Hinata was left with two things, the latest white outfit and the light purple shirt with the cloud. Well, it's been fun, but let's get going back. Shizun will have a heart attack if I don't get back and do more paperwork. Naruto panicked a little. He checked the time. They had about 20 minutes. It would take them about that long to get back to the office. Okay, I guess if you have had enough fun here. Naruto grabbed Hinata's hand and entangled his fingers with hers. She smiled at him, and gave him a kiss on the cheek, and they walked out of the mall. Naruto and Hinata looked at each other. They didn't have to talk, they both knew that the other was thinking, I hope we stalled for enough time. I love you, Naruto. Hinata said, and she pressed against his shoulder. Naruto untangled his fingers and wrapped his arm around her, holding her close. Holding her tight as they walked. I love you, Hinata. Chapter 28, Party. So thanks for taking me out, you two. Tsunade replied as they approached the office. No thank you, Naruto responded. Yes, it was fun, I had a good time. Hinata replied. I know you two had a good time. With love like yours you two would have fun anywhere. Tsunade laughed. Naruto smiled and laughed a little, and Hinata giggled. Well, good night, Tsunade continued. Not quite, Naruto whispered to Hinata. Hinata giggled some more. What, Naruto? Tsunade replied as she reached out to the door handle. She grasped the handle and pulled back the door. The door opened, revealing the dark room. Did Shizun turn off the lights? Tsunade reached out across the wall and flicked up the switch. Surprise! Everyone shouted in unison, popping out from the dark, appearing from their hiding spots. Tsunade jumped backwards a little. The lights had revealed the multiple speakers and the table with drinks and snacks. The banners dangled from the ceiling, spilling their words from the ribbon. Thank you was strewn across the banners. The streamers reached down to the ground, dangling above the floor. Tsunade turned around wide-eyed to look at Naruto and Hinata. Naruto was holding Hinata with an arm around her. He and Hinata were both holding up their hands, showing her two fingers forming bunny ears. Surprised, they said in a little less enthusiastic voice than the crowd. Did you guys do all this? Well, we planned it, everyone else put the stuff up obviously. Naruto replied. Why? Tsunade asked. We wanted to thank you so much for your help. If it wasn't for you, Naruto and I wouldn't have been able to tell my father. Hinata replied. Yeah, so let's party. Naruto shouted as he and Hinata entered the room, and Tsunade soon followed. Naruto and Hinata found Sakura and thanked her for helping. They thanked everyone for helping setting up. Naruto, Hinata, Shizune said, working her way to the couple. Oh my gosh. Everyone was right, you two are so cute. Shizune said, clasping her hands under her chin. Yup, but it's mainly Hinata, she's the cute, hot, and beautiful one. Naruto flirted. Hinata gave him a kiss on the cheek. Shizune smiled. She knew of Hinata's crush, much like everyone else. She had always wondered what they would be like together. Hinata had really come out of her shell. Naruto brought Hinata out, and Hinata brought out the best in Naruto. Naruto gave Hinata confidence, and with that she was the most perfect girl she knew. Hinata brought out Naruto's kind and softer side. So what do you say we start some tunes? Naruto shouted. He walked over to the sound system and started a slower song, a romantic song. He ran back to Hinata. He grabbed her hand. May I have this dance? Naruto asked. Of course, Hinata responded as she closed the gap between them. She wrapped her arms around him and rested her head on his shoulder. Naruto rested his head on hers. They swayed side to side to the slow rhythm of the song. The other girls watched, they were so peaceful. Shikamaru? Temari asked, holding her hand out to him. Of course, he responded, and he took her into his arms and they followed the footsteps of Naruto and Hinata. Ten, do you want to dance? Niji came out and asked her. Sure. They walked out to the dance floor and continued the slow rhythm of the music. The soft music faded out and the couple slowly came to a stop. The music went from soft music to a much faster paced song. Naruto backed away from Hinata, he took her hand and she got the idea. They twisted and turned, matching the crazy off-rhythmic beats of the new music. Hey Tsunade, get out here and dance. Naruto shouted. Fine. She waltzed onto the dance floor. She got out to the two and started dancing, in a klutzy way. It was obvious she hadn't danced in a while. Having fun? Naruto shouted. In a way. Tsunade shouted over the rumbling of the music. She twisted and swayed, trying her best to make her dance look like a dance. Jiraiya also danced onto the dance floor next to Tsunade. May I have this dance? I guess. Alright. Jiraiya took her hand and twirled her. They danced in a different way than the others. They had a much more unique style. It was funny to watch. As the older pair danced in what must have been an old dance. They stumbled a lot, forgetting the steps. Hinata smiled and giggled a little. What's so funny? Naruto asked. Those two, Hinata replied, pointing to the Tsunade and Jiraiya. Naruto hadn't noticed the two, he was too busy looking at Hinata. He watched the klutzy dancing. Hinata was right, it was funny. Naruto chuckled, at least she has someone to dance with. Naruto replied. Come on, let's make a toast, Naruto said as he and Hinata walked across the floor to the sound system. The music slowly faded, just light enough to hear. Excuse me. Naruto shouted, catching everyone's attention. Hinata and I would like to purpose a toast. To Tsunade, who helped us so much. We appreciate it, and to show it, a big kiss. Naruto said as he pulled Hinata close and gave her a big kiss. Hinata blushed a little. Naruto hadn't kissed he like this, while calling attention to them. You go, Naruto. Sakura shouted. Everyone laughed. Wow, they are cute. Shizune said. I agree, this is the first time I've seen them together. replied a spiky gray-haired man, his one eye finally looking away from his favorite book. This is better than my book, he said as he put the book away. They have a really weird aura. They seem so close, so deep in love. I agree, Shizen replied, I haven't seen anything quite like it. Naruto broke the kiss. Thanks again, Tsunade. Naruto yelled as he turned the volume up a little. Not as much as last time, it was rather low. Naruto and Hinata made their way to the group. Darn Naruto, what's he got that I don't? Kiba whined. Hinata, it looks like. Shikamaru responded. Tamari put her hand over her mouth to cover her laugh. Kiba growled. He had a lot of dates, but he never got Hinata. She was always waiting for Naruto. Currently he was dateless, and was always jealous of Naruto. He was an idiot, and yet he got Hinata, who had to be the hottest and most beautiful girl in the village. Naruto and Hinata came up to the group, greeting all of them. Hey Hinata, Kiba said as he took Hinata's hand. Can I have this dance? Hinata looked surprised. She looked at Naruto and he nodded to show she could if she wanted. No thanks. Naruto and I are going to take a break. Okay. Kiba said, backing off, with a small growl under his breath. He wished Naruto had never came back. He was jealous. Even though she was his teammate, she never liked him. She looked so beautiful and hot. How about some cake? Let's hand out cake. Naruto shouted as everyone gathered around the cake set on the table. Shizen grabbed a knife and sliced the cake into equal parts. She handed out the pieces. Everyone found a seat where they could. Naruto and Hinata just sat on the ground, like a lot of people. Naruto made a bigger circle with his legs and Hinata sat inside the circle and leaned back on Naruto. They fed each other their cake, causing Kiba to growl more. Hey Naruto, Hinata, don't forget, Sakura said, making her way to the couple. You two need to find out about Lee and Koji. Oh, right, I almost forgot. Naruto laughed. Yeah, I'll do that now. Naruto stood up and Hinata followed. They worked their way over to find the others. They sat down next to Koji, who was on his third piece of cake. Hey Lee, Koji, I have something to ask you too. Go ahead Naruto, Lee responded. Lee, do you still love Sakura? Why do you ask Naruto? Do you? Naruto repeated. Well, yes. Good, she likes you. Really? Yup, Naruto replied. But don't do anything yet. Okay. And Koji, do you like Ino? A little, but I don't think she likes me. Well, you're wrong. She likes me. Yup, Naruto said, but don't do anything. Naruto looked over to see Sakura and Ino stared in their direction. Naruto nodded and turned Hinata to him. He gave her a kiss and she kissed back, giving the girls their signal. They perked up and walked over to the guys. So Lee, will you go out with me? Sakura asked, already kind of knowing the answer. Yes. Of course Sakura. Sakura squealed and hugged Lee. Koji, will you go out with me? Yeah. Ino did the same as Sakura. Alright, now we have some other couples to talk to. Naruto said. Yeah, people to talk to about kissing, Sakura said. Kissing, you mean like this? Naruto said, giving Hinata another big kiss. I love you Naruto, Hinata said, slowly receding from the kiss. I love you Hinata. Chapter 29, End of the Party. The three couples sat down talking about each other and random memories about their past, before Tsunade walked over to talk to them. Thank you, I really appreciate what you guys did. But, you didn't get any sake. Naruto sighed, we're not old enough to buy sake. You could have got Jiraiya to buy it or something. We could have, but then you would have been drunk, and no one wants to see that. Naruto laughed. Tsunade smacked him on the head, sending him down to introduce himself to the floor. Hinata flinched and grabbed his head. She held him close to her chest. She used a small healing jutsu. She slowly massaged his head. Naruto quickly went from anger to feeling extremely relaxed and calm. He felt amazing. He let his whole body fall into Hinate's arms. Tsunade watched and laughed when she saw Naruto just completely relax. He looked like a rag doll. Naruto didn't do anything, just let Hinate rub his head. Shizune came over to watch the scene. She smiled when she saw Naruto. Comfortable, Naruto? Naruto replied. It was all he could say. Hinata giggled. Well, it's almost 11, so you kids might want to head home. Tsunade said. Yeah, we can do that. Hinata said, stopping her massage. Naruto groaned. Fine, I guess we will go home. Naruto said, getting up. He grabbed Hinata's hand and lifted her to her feet. He gave her hand a kiss and then wrapped his arm around her. Oh, Hinata, stop by my office tomorrow. Tsunade said as they started to walk away. Naruto, you can come too. Okay, we will, Naruto said, leaving the office. Thanks again, you too. Naruto just waved, as they left. Hinata wondered why Tsunade wanted her to come by her office tomorrow. She knew they were hiding something, and she knew Naruto wanted to tell her, but Tsunade had probably commanded him not to. She didn't blame him, but she was wondering what was going on. They walked along in the dark, as the wind started to pick up, throwing leaves across the street and freeing them from the shackles that held them to the earth. Hinata shivered at the breeze. Here, Naruto said, taking off his jacket. He wrapped it around Hinata and held her close, trying to warm her up. But, Naruto, aren't you going to be cold? No, I've got you, you make me feel all warm inside, it'll be fine. He said with a chuckle at the end. She giggled a little too. They got to the house. They walked in, to the living room, which was warm. They continued on to the bedroom and laid down on the bed. They huddled close under the blanket. Man, it's a lot colder tonight than it was last night. Last night it was really comfortable. I don't know, maybe just a cold front. Hinata said, snuggling closer. She yawned and closed her eyes. Naruto smiled. She was so perfect. How is my favorite human host today? Came a voice from the back of Naruto's mind. What do you want, you stupid fox? Ouch, that hurt, boy, I wish you wouldn't call me names. The voice replied in a faked act of emotional pain. It chuckled. Why won't you leave me alone? I will, when we merge. Why do you keep bugging me at night? Would you prefer afternoon? In an almost sarcastic voice. No, I wish you would just stop talking to me. We have to understand a little bit about each other. If we don't, the merging will be a lot worse. And why is that? Naruto asked, still confused. Preparation, if we don't prepare it won't go well. That still isn't that clear. What's the point of this? The voice sighed. How did I get stuck with such an idiot? Look, if you try to make a cake, if you just throw flour, whole eggs, milk and the other ingredients without actually preparing them, the cake won't be any good, right? Sure, it might still be edible, but it won't be nearly as good. Oh, so we have to at least understand the other, is that what you're saying? There you go, yes, that is what I'm saying. We only need a basic understanding. When we merge we will fully understand. You know all about me, that Toad Sage knows about me, and I know he has told you, but I still don't know a few things about you. And you don't know a few things about me, so maybe 2 or 3 more nights. Yeah, well, what do you want to know? Well, I know a lot about you because, well, the voice chuckled in a way, I am you, I live here too, so to speak. But there is one thing I don't get. Why do you protect these people, these villagers who hate you? Why don't you go all, on them? Well, that's a good question. I hate these people, but he looked down to Hinata. I don't hate her, she doesn't hate me, she is my friend, not only that but she is my girlfriend. All my friends, they saved me. I know the people hate me, but I couldn't kill them, I couldn't imagine my life without them. So that's why I protect these people who hate me. I think that some of them are starting to like me. You logic, it, it makes my logic seem so, twisted, I tell you what boy, you never cease to amaze me. Yeah, I never cease to amaze anyone. Well, our nightly chat is over. Until next time. The voice faded back into Naruto's mind. Naruto snuggled close to Hinata, driving away the cold. Hinata was the warmest person he had ever met, she was always happy. With her giant quilt of love, it always kept him warm. Just knowing the most beautiful girl in the whole world loved him. He kissed her on the head. She groaned a little. Naruto? She asked. Yeah. I'm cold, she said with a smile. She wasn't cold, and he saw the smile and realized what she meant. Well, I'll just have to fix that. He smiled. He lifted up his shirt. Naruto? She asked. He pulled her close to his bare chest, and pulled his shirt over the both of them. The shirt held them together. She smiled a little, and blushed a little. Are you warm now? Naruto asked. A little. Well, this should make it complete. He said as he gave her a kiss on the lips, sending her warmth. She kissed him back, trading warmth to each other. When the kiss stopped, she laid her head next to his. I love you, Naruto. She whispered and went to sleep. I love you, Hinata. He whispered back. As he also fell asleep.